Hello YouTube, it's Mnike and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll be remaking one of the hottest songs in the country, in the world right now, and that is Mnike by ICU and DJ Maphorisa. So we'll be remaking the song together from scratch. I'll leave the link under the description and also under the comments for you guys to download the FLP file. And also if you want the sample packs that I'm using, you can also download those. I'll leave a link under the description and also under the comments. So obviously before shooting this video, I listened to the song a couple of times. The reason I did that is because I was trying to figure out the BPM, the notes, you know, the pitch, the tone, and all of those. So I grabbed the key elements of the song, and I think I'm at a point where I'm confident enough that I can recreate this song with you guys. And yeah, if you guys don't know how to extract the combination of chords that was used to develop a song or any sample or any other sample, I've posted a video on this before. I think I'll try to look for it and post a link somewhere on the screen for you guys to go check the video. So that's what I did. You know, I loaded the song as a sample and tried to figure out the combination of notes that were used for, you know, the type of sound that we are dealing with here. Otherwise, this is going to be interesting. I hope you guys learn a lot from this video. I'll be passing on a lot of Amapiano tricks and techniques, and I hope you guys enjoy. Watch the whole video. Let's get started, guys. So as I said, I've listened to the song a couple of times and I know it's playing at 113 BPM. So we'll take that down to 113 and then I'll clear all of these. So now the first thing that we'll try to build is the drum kit. Because I want to do this as fast as possible, we'll just go to the sample packs that I have. You can find this on my store. The link is under the description. So Amapiano sample packs and volume 2. Let's go for some drum loops. And then let's pick a nice drum loop over here. Okay, we have that one. And then you can see that this is not playing on the same BPM as our project. As you can see, it's not snapping to the grid. So you right click that and say fit to tempo. And then you select the correct range, which is 100 to 200. Now let's layer that up with another loop because there's no kick information on that one. So that one has a kick information. Let's plug it there. And then let's do the same, fit to tempo, select the correct range over there. So simply to duplicate, you just, you know, hold Control down and then select everything and then hold Control plus B and then it's going to duplicate. And then what we're going to do is we'll take this stuff to the mixer and let's all put it on the same mixer track. Okay, before applying anything on the mixer, let's first listen to how these two sound together. I can say that's a nice drum kit, but then the thing with this song is that the kick that it uses is not a 4-step kick. For me, it sounds more or less like a 3-step, something like that. So the kick sequencing or the kick sequencing here is not the one I want to go for, but I like the overall drum kit. So I'll apply an EQ and just cut the low frequencies because I know that's where the kick is dominant. So I'll just make sure that there's no kick information left. Right? You can see I've chopped out the kick. Let's reduce the volume. Alright. Next thing we can do now is add our own kick. Because remember, we've removed the kick from the loops. So let's manually add our own kick. Let's select some nice kick. You can still merge two kicks together just to make it sound unique. So I'll paste this over here. So what I can do is I can paste each 4 steps and then copy, paste to layer it up. Okay, I think that's the right kick sequence that I wanted, and I'm gonna do that. Let's just duplicate it like that. You know, I can chop this first segment off the first one. So now let's add some sounds. Before we do that, let's go and populate our sampler. So what we'll do on our sampler is that we'll paste some guide notes, right? Because some of us don't really know how to play a keyboard, but we would still like to make some nice music. So what you have to do is you go to stamp and then minor natural, select that. And then if you just click anywhere, what it's going to do is it's going to drop a combination of notes, right? So I've tried figuring out the notes, the combination of notes that were used on the song while producing the song. And as I said, I've posted a video previously on how to extract the chords that were used on a sample. So after doing all of that on this song, I figured out that the root note that was being used was F. So I'll paste that on F root note and then just transpose it an octave upward like that. That should be enough. And then let's do F2. And yeah, that should be enough. So the reason I'm doing this is simply to serve as a guideline. And also let's double check if we have enough length on all of these notes. Let me just expand it. The reason I'm expanding it to be that long is that we need a lot of variation on the chords. So now we have to add a plugin, my favorite plugin for mellow chords. Let's put some mellow chords. I like to use Flex, and this is the preset that I use on Flex. It's very harsh, but then I reduce the cutoff frequency and then I increase that filter fade over there. And that's how it sounds now. And then take that to the mixer and then reduce the volume a bit. Okay, let's close that off. And then now we can open up the piano roll. To make our lives easier, let's not think too much about the combination of notes or the chords or the exact chords right now. Let's just think of the root notes right now. So I'll just paste single notes like that. Okay. Let's just worry about the first set of notes, the root notes I mean. Okay. Okay, we're coming all right. And then we can just transpose this. I think we've got all of our root notes pretty fine, and now we can just focus on adding some layers onto those notes, right? We just have to make sure that we don't sound too off. So I'm gonna do a trial and error. Let me just paste the second note over there. That sounds off. Cool, now let's go for the second note. That sounds fine. Let's go for the third one. All right, and then whatever I'll be doing on this combination over there will be the same as that combination. So I'll paste that and copy and paste it there. Okay, that sounds off. Okay, and then as I've said, also this combination will be the same as that combination. So let's bring that over there. Now, to avoid making the video long, I did the rest of the chords, the rest of the layers. I use the same technique. So you guys just have to make sure that you figure out the root notes first and then add layer one by one until you finish up. At least if you have a combination of 4 notes as a chord, then your sound is gonna, sound full and more interesting than using a combination of 2 notes. So yeah, that's how it looks. Now let's hear how it sounds. All right, cool. Now let's paste that there. And what I would like us to have also is to have some pads. Let's have pattern 3. So since we're now happy with the ghost notes that we've developed on the sampler, let's try and use those for every pattern. So for every pattern, I'll use those as my guidelines. And then I'll just remove them from pattern 2 because we've already completed what we need to add on pattern 2. Let me just duplicate that. Now for my pad on pattern 3, I'll use Nexus. Under Nexus, let's go to pads. I need something very soft, not something that is too harsh. Okay, that's not bad. You can take down the cutoff frequency and then take down the volume as well. Put it on the mixer. You can open up the piano roll. Now the root note as I figured out was F, but then that's too low. So let's take it on an octave upward. Okay, let me solo that. But then you guys can still come up with your own combination as long as it's within these grayed out notes here, because those are our guidelines. And also as long as if it sounds fine, then it should be fine. I think I'm happy with that. But then I think what I can do is shorten that and duplicate that. Okay, now let's play everything together in song mode. Okay, let's chop some low frequencies. Now let's add some more elements on our drum kit. So I'll paste a pattern over there and make it that long and duplicate it like that. So the next thing I'll just add is a simple head, because I don't think we have, okay, we do have heads on the loop, but let's add heads manually. Okay. And then what I will do with the heads is I'll take it to the mixer and then add a Maximus and then load some punchy drums. That's a preset. And then I'll separate the stereo field like that. Then make sure that it's low, you know, because already the Maximus that I added is gonna make it too punchy. And then let's add an EQ. Because these are heads, so we want to remove all the low frequencies available and then just tweak it on the high end of it. And then we can add a reverb. Okay, I think that was too short, so let me do that and then duplicate it like that. Now I'm gonna add another pattern, which will just be chords again. I figured out a preset that they like using on these latest Amapiano songs, and you know, each and every year there's a favorite preset that people are using. At first, you know, during the early days of Amapiano, people used to use a lot the tremolo signal and the Diablo TE. So we keep on discovering these new sounds. So another sound I figured out is VCF oscillation. So I'm gonna add that, and then that's that. And then I'll now also paste my ghost notes onto pattern 5 like that. So I'll take this to the mixer. Let me reduce the volume, take to the mixer. And then on the mixer, what I'll just do is add an EQ. Okay, I added the wrong EQ. Okay, just to chop any low frequencies that will be present. And then what's going to happen is that since we've already figured out the chords that are being used here, we can just copy and paste this onto our VCF oscillation preset. Now let's move on to the next sound, pattern 6. We'll make it the same length, and then we're just going to add some low frequencies, maybe a bass preset, something that's just going to give the song low frequencies. Let's first paste our ghost notes over there, and then we will use, for nice bass preset, let's use Gravity S. And then I don't want it to be too punchy, so let's lower down the cutoff frequency. The preset is under the bass synth, and that's square envelope. Okay, let's lower down the cutoff frequency. And then we'll layer that up with an E flute from Fruity DX10. Let's get an E flute. Cool. So whatever we'll do here, we'll just copy and paste, because I'm just trying to get a nice and, you know, smooth bass line. So I'll just combine the two. In order to make our lives easier, let's copy and paste the chord onto Gravity here. And then obviously, as you know, the bass line, we're not gonna play it as combination of notes. So I'm just gonna remove everything else here. Delete. Okay, let's listen to what we have over here. So I filtered around with the nodes and I think I came up with a better sequence. Let's listen to it. And then obviously what we just have over here is playing on a higher octave. Let's transpose everything downward by just holding Control and an arrow down. And then let's switch to pattern mode. So I'll copy what I have here and paste it on the E flute. And I think we don't really need to make pattern 6 that long, so we can just duplicate it like that. I think we're fine now with the bass line. Now let's add another pattern, which we will call, okay, it's just going to be pattern 7, and we can make it the same length as pattern 6. So what I just want is some plugged sounds, chords still, but some plugged harsh chords. Let's use Nexus. Let's go for leads. So since we want a harsh sound, let's use leads. Okay, that sounds fine, but let's take down the cutoff frequency a bit, or let's make it like that, and then reduce the volume. So basically we're just taking our our pad, copy, and then paste it on pattern 7, and then we're just gonna chop it. All right, let's chop it like that. Okay, I think what we can do is we can duplicate this over here. And then make these ones longer. What we can do is we can give this song, this sound a reverb, and then we can give it a delay again also. Let's give it some delay. I like giving my sounds the ping pong effect, so it hits between left and right ears. Reduce the delay. Okay, now let's play the song as it is now. Currently, this is what we have. So as you can see, we're just progressing with the song and building towards the climax. So now let me go to pattern 8. And then what I just need to do is add some snares, because snares, are very vital towards the climax of any Amapiano song. So let's go to the Amapiano sample packs. If you guys need this sample pack, I have it in store for you guys. The link is under the description and also under the comments. Let's go to snares. Okay, those are our snares. And then let's just pick a nice snare. Okay, that sounds fine. And then I'll take it to the mixer. And then on the mixer, I'll do the same thing that I did for, I think it was some hats. Yeah, so I'll just take the Maximus that I have over there, and then I'll paste it onto track number 7. And then I think I'll do the same with the reverb. And then our EQ, since it's a snare, we will just chop just a little bit of high frequencies and most low frequencies. Okay, we'll chop a bit of high frequencies and most low frequencies, and then just give it a tweak over there on the mid ranges. This is a combination of notes that we will have for our snares. Let's see if, okay, let me loop the right section over there. As you can see, if you can hear, it's very loud because of the punchy drums preset on Maximus. Reduce the volume again. Okay, let's add more snares onto our drum kit. Let me reduce the volume over there and then add. So let's just layer up these snares. And then maybe we can add more hats just to layer up with the previous hats that we have. Okay, I think that sounds fine. And then let's look for another one. And then with the hats, what I will do is I'll just paste every each step. Let's see if that works. Like that. Actually, let me remove that and then remove that. And then I'll copy and paste this over here and then shift everything to the left, to the right. So what I'll do next is I'll add some effects. Let's go to the pack folder. I think it's SFX. I'm not sure if it's SFX. Or let me say drum roll rather. Let's paste number 10. Now let's insert another layer of chords. I feel like this will only be complete if I add some mellow chords from Launch Lizard. So Launch Lizard is another plugin that I like using for mellow chords. Okay, first we will copy and paste our ghost notes onto pattern 9 and then load a Launch Lizard. There we go. Now the preset that I'll go for is a preset that I've tweaked previously, and yeah, you can play around with the knobs over here and develop a similar sound. A nice starting point will be to copy this combination of chords over here onto pattern 9. And also one thing to make the song groovy, guys, let's just take our swing up to around 20 to 25%. Okay, let's solo this. Okay, now what we can do next is we can add there's this sound, man. If I can, it's a lead. Let's just say it's a melody of the song. So I think that's what we can add next. Pattern 10, make an insert over there, insert a row over there, and we can paste it like that. I don't know how long it should be, so let's just make it that long. It's gonna be repeating itself too often, so it shouldn't be that long. Let's use Nexus. And then for leads, I like using anything from the plugged sounds, or you just go to leads. I mean, for a melody, I like using either the leads or anything from the plugged sounds. Usually this is what I use. You could have seen it on most of my videos. Then we'll reduce the volume like that, take it to the mixer. And then on the mixer, what I'll do is I'll add a reverb. And then I'll also add a delay. Okay. Okay, now what we should do in order to bring the guidelines that we normally use, we'll cut that and then paste it onto pattern 10. And then now we can figure out how to hit this combination. As I've said, a nice starting point will be F. As we figured out, that's the root note of the song. Okay, I think that's the right combination. You guys, I'm sure you know this sound very well that I'm trying to imitate over here. And I think I've got it now. So I think what we can do is we can loop that section and then create an automation clip for the volume so that it doesn't just, pop up on the beat. Let's say create automation clip. Okay, let's listen to how the song sounds. Okay, so I think this is where we need to change our bass line over here. And that's our old baseline, so we just need to get rid of it and then insert a row over there, and then this is where we'll add a new baseline. So same thing first, let's copy our ghost notes onto the new pattern, and then now let's add a log drum. I'll use Fruity DX10. I'll use one of my presets. Anything that sounds fine. Okay, we'll only hear how it sounds when we add. Okay, let's clone it and then change to another one. And then let's hear how that will sound. So let's loop that section over there. Okay, we can remove that section and then let's go back there and add the notes. Like I've said, a nice starting point will be F, as it is the root note of the beat. Okay, that is too high. Let's transpose it an octave downward. Okay. Okay, we can just duplicate this. And then we can copy and paste what we have over here to this one over here. reduce the volume, just make sure that everything sounds fine. Okay, let me solo the pattern. Okay, let me layer it up also with another sub bass that I have. Okay, let me remove that as well, and then just make some space over here. Okay, now let me remove this and then maybe just make some space over there as well. Okay, let's add some heads just to complement the new bass line. Just some simple heads. Okay, let's go to our pack folder. Okay, and then we'll send it to track number 4. Okay, let me loop this section over here. Now what we'll do is that we're going to change this bass line over here. And as we change the bass line, let's bring this effect over here as well. So we'll add a new pattern and insert a new row over there, and then let's call that pattern 13. Okay, and then our ghost notes. Okay, I think I removed our ghost notes, so let's recreate them again. So it's minor natural, root note F. Okay, F actually, yeah, and then F, and then F. Okay, and then we extend everything like that. Okay, now we have the right sequence. Let's transpose everything downwards again. Okay, we're gonna start playing it from there. Okay, it sounds too quiet, so let's copy and paste it on the E flute as well, and then we'll copy and paste it again onto the Amapiano punchy log drum. guys, so I think we're running out of time. I'll just show you most of the things that I did. I've time-lapsed the video just to make it short, but I'll still show you what I did. And I think I advise you guys to just download the FLPs so that you can just go everything at your through everything at your own pace. So this is the baseline that we had on pattern 13, and then I made it unique on pattern 14, and then just made some basic rolls, and I made the notes very short.